Right then, good morning everyone. Mark Wilkinson here. On what is going to be a bit of an emotional broadcast, I would imagine. Yesterday afternoon, I received the news that Bob Proctor has passed. And any of you who know me, know my work, know my book and everything else, will know how much of an influence Bob Proctor actually had upon me and consequently those around me and everyone else that's in my life nowadays. He's left an incredible legacy, and I wanted to make this video, this live stream today, with as many of you joining as possible. I will put as many of you with your messages on the screen wherever I can. Please don't put you can put the comments on my personal page, but they don't seem to connect to Restream. So put them onto the other Life Remixed group and or other pages, Mark Wilkinson official pages and stuff like that. Otherwise, I will be reading them out. I'll be getting to them, I promise you, wherever I can. Good morning, Jason. Great to have you here with us. So look, it's only right and proper that I come on and do this because this guy's had a huge amount of influence on me. And I knew he was sick for the last 2 or 3 months. However, you always want to hope, you always want to believe, you always want to think that or feel that there'll be more energy. I was even planning on flying to Canada to meet with Bob post COVID to go and sit with him and just listen to more wisdom and and grow further as you would do. To be honest, I am finding it a little hard to process. I had a very, very poor night's sleep. I was awake between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. I didn't sleep very well at all. Many reasons, I think, for that as well. But basically, yesterday I cancelled all my calls, just sat and cried. I couldn't take any phone calls. Apologies to those who rang me and reached out to me and everything else, but it wasn't the moment for me. I'm sorry about that. But I just needed some quiet time with Emma and Frankie. And Bob Proctor has without doubt, helped me attract, this life, everything around me, everything that I've got, everything I can see in the physical world has helped Emma, has helped me attract Emma and Frankie. So there will be some tears this morning. It's good to let the energy out, as I say to my clients often. So there will be some tears this morning from me. I'm going to play a few videos as well. I'm going to play a few things that I think we should watch together. So we might be here for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, but let's do it. So I haven't done this before on Restream, so we have a go. We're going to share screen, and I'm hoping that you're all going to be able to watch this with me. So if I press share here and make that full screen, you hopefully will be able to see this.
Hello and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor, and I am really proud and very pleased to be part of The Secret. You see, The Secret literally changed my life around 45 years ago, and for the past 38 years, I have traveled all over the world, helping people understand The Secret. The law of attraction is always working. You can never escape it. Everything that comes into your life, you're attracting into your life. And you see, as we understand The Secret, then we can sit down and dictate exactly what we want to come into our life. And with absolute certainty, it will arrive. Let's stop and think of who we are, what we are. You see, I said I am Bob Proctor. The truth is I'm not really Bob Proctor. Bob and Proctor are 2 words. That's my name. But it's not me. I might look at myself and say, this is me. But this isn't Bob Proctor. This isn't me either. You've never heard anybody phone into work and say, body's not coming in today, it's sick. You've never heard anyone say, am hand. We say, my hand, my name, my job. These are things we have, but it's not me. See, I am a soul, a spirit, non-physical, and I live in this physical body. And I have the ability to dictate the vibration that my mind and body will be in. You see, vibration is the law of the universe. This entire universe operates by a law. There are no accidents. And vibration decrees the law of vibration that we literally live in an ocean of motion. Absolutely nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything's vibrating at one speed or another. And we can move into a positive or a negative vibration. We use the word feeling to describe the conscious awareness of the vibration we're in. If you hear a person say, I'm not feeling very well, what they're really saying is, I am in a negative vibration. When you hear a person say, I feel so good, what they're really saying is, I'm in a positive vibration. And you know, when you're in a negative vibration, the only energy you can attract to you is like energy. You're going to attract negative situations into your life. When you're in a positive vibration, the only thing you can attract into your life are things that are in harmony with you, positive things. So let's think about this for a moment. Our body is a molecular structure. It's a mass of molecules in a very high speed of vibration. Mind is movement, and body is the manifestation of that movement. You and I have the conscious ability to choose the images that we're going to hold in our mind. We tap into an infinite source of supply, and we choose our thoughts. We can pick up other people's thoughts, or we can originate thoughts. And when we bring those thoughts together, we create ideas. I can create an idea in my mind of myself having anything I want. And then as I take that idea and impress it upon my subconscious mind, which is universal intelligence, I not only affect my body, but I affect this entire universe. Now I know that most of us have such a small picture, a small image of ourselves, that we have a difficult time believing that we would actually affect the entire universe. But we do. Do you know that thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space? And when I think something, I control the vibration I'm in. And when I control the vibration I'm in, I control what I attract into my life. If I want greater wealth, I just have to see it coming into my life. I've been given a magnificent imagination. And through the use of my imagination, I can originate pictures in my mind. I can see myself in beautiful relationships. I can see myself experiencing wonderful success. I can see money coming to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. You see, I dictate what I see. Do you know, Viktor Frankl was a Jewish psychiatrist that spent the war years in a concentration camp. Now, I don't suppose anyone has ever experienced more physical and intellectual abuse than those people that were in those camps. But Viktor Frankl pointed out in a marvelous book, Man's Search for Meaning, that no one could cause him to think something he didn't want to think. And you know, all the great leaders, all down through history, as far back as you want to go, have been in complete and unanimous agreement on one point, that we become what we think about. Now, why is that so? Because we have the freedom to think anything we want. We can originate thoughts, or we can pick thoughts just out of the ether. And we can internalize those thoughts. We can bring them together and build beautiful ideas, or we can build terrible ideas. But the ideas we build are going to determine the vibration we're in. And the vibration we're in is going to dictate the energy that we attract to us. Now ask yourself, what do you really want? Think about it for a moment. What kind of relationships do you want? What kind of health do you want to experience? Do you want prosperity? What kind of a business do you want? Do you know that you are the architect of your life? You truly are. And you can tap into this infinite source of supply, and it is an infinite source of supply. I think one of the most magnificent authors of the past 500 years was a man named Thomas Troward. And he talked about the spirit of opulence. And he talked about us tapping into the infinite. And he said, when you are drawing from the infinite, you can never take more than your share. Abundance is your birthright. But understand this, you will never attract into your life something that is not in harmony with you. And so if you want more, if you want greater wealth, greater health, more meaningful relationships, make up your mind right now that you're going to build the image of what you want, and you're going to hold on to that image, and you're going to stay in that vibration. This entire universe is an orderly universe. Energy attracts like energy. So just understand that the good that you want is already here. All you have to do is get in harmony with it. And you do that through your own thinking. It's absolutely phenomenal when you stop and think about it. Feel the image of the world you want to live in. Watch the film, The Secret, over and over again. Go to the website, The Secret TV, because all of the products that they're offering you are going to help you alter your conditioning, change your habitual way of thinking. And when you do that, you have changed your world. I did that 45 years ago. I was just a young man, but I was given a book, and the book helped me establish a purpose for my life. It helped me understand myself. And you're going to attract according to your belief. Now, you might not really believe in yourself, but if you keep studying, you're going to be absolutely amazed with yourself. You see, our belief system is based upon our evaluation of something. And the more we reevaluate a situation, the more our belief about that situation will change. I want you to reevaluate the laws that govern your being. Start to understand the law of vibration. See how the law of attraction and the law of vibration are really, in truth, the same law. You can only attract to you the things that vibrate in harmony with you. I'll look forward to meeting you in open programs that we conduct, that Secret are going to promote, and I look forward to meeting you on another series of videos that this company is offering. The Secret is phenomenal. It's waking up the world. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.
So I wanted to share that with you all. I think it's such an important thing. It's certainly something that really touched me many years ago when I first saw it. I picked up The Secret 17 years ago, and that's when I first saw Bob actually deliver that speech. And it's not necessarily a speech that anyone can see. You can find it on the I think it's on the extras of The Secret, but you can find it on YouTube. Just put Bob Proctor on The Secret. I watch it back now and it just makes complete sense to me. But back then, when I first heard it 17 years ago, I was like, what's going on? And I calculated last night when I was having a bit of a sleepless night that Bob was 72 years old in that video. So if you if you need any hope in your life, 72 years of age the man was there when he made that video, and obviously just died yesterday, or sorry, in the last couple of days, age 88. So it is amazing. I am going through the 5 stages of grief, and one of the things I've learned to assume is that everyone is going through some sort of grief, some sort of loss of something, and certainly, this is a man who sort of became my father figure, someone who I met, someone who I spent some time on the phone with, and someone who I studied with for the last 17 years. And so therefore he's become this kind of father figure to me. So those of you who've read Life Remixed will know, obviously my dad died when I was young, and there was a void there. Bob certainly filled that void for me. Excuse me. Bob filled that void for me. And allowed me to become the guy that you can see today, even though this guy you can see today is quite emotional. But there are 5 stages of grief. I'm not struggling with any of them. I'm not in denial. It's happened. We all pass. I'm going to read some words from Bob in a minute to you. I'm not angry about it. So the 5 stages of denial, anger, when I'm not either of those. Bargaining, you can't bargain with death. It's done, right? And the work will continue that I'm doing and that everyone else is doing, that Bob has touched with his message throughout his lifetime. The next of the 4th stage is depression. I'm not there. I'm just letting out some happy tears, I promise you. And the last stage is acceptance. Not quite there at the moment, but getting there, because that's the way to do it. That's the way to get there, right? That's the way to be happy and be grateful, is to be in total acceptance. And those of you that have read Life Remixed will know that my definition of love is total acceptance of yourself and then others, and that's a vibration where you attract what you would really like in your life. So I want to read you this piece of text. And I've got a few more things to show you and a few more videos. I can see loads of you watching across all the platforms. We've got well over 30, 35 people all tuned in. So I love you all. I'm just putting up some messages here. The good lady says, I'm here, Wilkes. Thanks, Ems. Pete as well. We're here for you, mate. That's beautiful. Diana's here. Sarah just saying good morning. Chris Roberts is here. Just saying good morning, and of course Sarah as well. So many of you coming in and giving great messages. Let's read this one. It says, "Ocean of motion. This is such a wonderful image and gives me a great feeling of interconnectedness and opportunity today." Very wise, very wise. We are an ocean of motion. Nothing ever rests. Your molecules, your cells of your body are vibrating right now, and it's holding you all together. Yeah, absolutely. Grief is a very powerful experience. Feeling in love so fully will energize and create magnificent ways forward. You guys are right there with me, and I appreciate it. And this is an important part for me as well, right? So let me read you. Something. I want to read you this. Okay. So these are Bob's words, just around death and passing and moving on. He says, the spirit and soul is still here and always will be, because on a spiritual plane, nothing is either created or destroyed. All science and all religion have always taught that. The energy of the person will always be here and always has been. Energy simply moves into form, through form, and back into form. That's the generations of energy passing through a family, isn't it? You can communicate with a lost friend or loved one, and they will hear you. I do it all the time. So listen up, Bob. Grief is natural. We all experience it and emotionally miss what we lose. Of course, we're missing what we lose, right? But to let grief go on too long is not good. That's why we're all here today. Grief does come in waves. At first, the waves are large and frequent. However, as time passes, the waves become smaller and less frequent. We should have good thoughts and send love to the soul of the departed one. Sending them love helps the soul to make their transition. That's beautiful, isn't it? Death, like birth, is a transition. We move into the body and we will most certainly move out of the body. We all will one day. We simply do not know when. Energy always returns to its source of origination. I read that this morning. I absolutely loved it. And I got a message. Those of you that know me know that there's no accidents. There's no accidents. There's no luck. There's no coincidences. So I was awake. I was awake this morning at 3 a.m. And I was awake and I was just sort of sitting downstairs in the dark. I just started doing some admin because I just needed to get my mind onto something else. And I got an email from Lewis Senior, just out of the blue. Just out of the blue, I got an email from Lewis Senior, just showing some love. Right, it was amazing. And we got onto a Zoom call in the end, and I read him that passage, and he said 2 words. Sometimes he can really hit home, Lewis. He just said, very profound. And I thought that was really special, So we did have an amazing exchange this morning at about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in Spain for him, admittedly, but we had a Zoom call. It was incredible, and it was a real loving moment where we just helped each other. It was good. Lovely message here. You've created an amazing community, Mark. It's great we can all be here to listen, reflect, and support. Thank you. Right, let's watch another quick video while I get myself together again. Yeah, and then we'll move on to the next parts of this. Now, some of you will have seen this before, of course, but I just want to watch it again with you all. So let's do this. Here we go.
Hello there and welcome. This is Bob Proctor. And I want to congratulate you, Mark Wilkinson. What you have done is absolutely incredible. And then you've taken and laid it out in an easy to understand way for anyone to come back and really make things happen.
when I was thinking about you, Mark, Og Mandino was a good friend of mine. He was the editor of Success Unlimited in Chicago when I was the vice president of sales for Nightingale Conan. We were just around the corner from each other, and we became very good friends. And I was thinking about you, Mark. You're very much like Og. His first book, Greatest Salesman in the World, was a phenomenal success. But Og went through all kinds of problems before he ever wrote that book. A lot of people don't know that, but Og had a very, very rough life. And he came back and he was given the opportunity to work with Success Unlimited by W. Clement Stone. And he took the opportunity, gave him the opportunity to write. And what he did was really rewrite his life. And that's essentially what you've done. But you know, when you take a look at this, I was just looking at it, Mark, it's life remixed. You know, a lot of people should remix their life because they let the past pull them backwards. I love it the way you permitted it to push you forward. You're going to do phenomenal. And I can see you doing with this book exactly the same what Og did with his first book. I want to congratulate you, and I wish you the very best. And I want people from all over the world to get this book and read it. Life Remixed. My goodness, what a great title and what a great idea. Congratulations.
Hey, I'm Russ Ruffino. And if you...
So, there we go. Yeah, it's difficult to watch that video now, of course, but it's also a beautiful thing to have received from a guy that I've learned so much from. Basically, I've gone from disease to bankruptcy, from disease and bankruptcy in my 30s to happy, healthy, and wealthy today. Not an accident. None of that's an accident. I've managed to create great relationships with 55 coaching clients worldwide, and growing. Over 100 of you are going to be with us at the Isha Theatre on February the 26th. We're going to keep this great work going. We're going to keep putting out great messages to everybody. You know, I've managed to create a best-selling and award-winning book, as you know, clients worldwide. That endorsement is part of Bob's legacy. And Lewis we had this email exchange this morning, myself and Lewis Senior. He said, sorry to hear about the passing of Bob Proctor. It's a sad and yet inevitable part of the life cycle. And it certainly hurts, doesn't it? He can get me. He knows how to get me. He said, I believe you are now part of his remarkable legacy and will carry his mantra going forward. I can't read the rest of that. It's too much. It's too much. But basically, I was awake at 3 a.m. till 6 a.m. today, sitting in the dark. I said, grief is a strange thing. It really is. Grief is a really strange thing. Grief is a really strange thing. But it started my self-development journey by Brian Miller giving me the secret, connecting with Bob Proctor. That's how I've met Lewis Senior. That's how I've done the e-colours. That's where we are with Life Remix and everything. So it's really important. It's really important. Let me put a few of you on the screen here. Russ, good morning, Russ. Very sad loss for the world, but what a legacy he's left. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Bob. Exactly right. Myself and Chris here. Chris, I'll never forget watching one of Bob Proctor's videos in Ibiza when you and I first met. That was a dark time in Chris's life. I remember the two sofas in that villa. Yeah, we did sit there, Chris. I remember it well, mate. I remember it well. If it wasn't for you, Mark, I wouldn't know what the law of attraction is, so thank you. Big love, mate. Big love indeed. And Emma just saying that was a special moment, receiving that video from Bob. It will stay with us forever. Yeah, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will indeed. So I've got a couple more things that I want to read to you and a couple of more things I want to show to you. I'm holding it together, but it's difficult. It's really difficult, but it's part of it, and I need to let this energy out. So this is the way to do it, right? So let me show you this next video. It's only a couple of minutes again, but it's really it's a special one, and I think it explains many things that human beings are struggling with a lot of the time, and it's really about it's called let go and let God, right? Now, God is whatever you decide it is, right? God can be a religious thing. I've had a friend describe it to me as grand orderly design, which I love. Philosophers and physicists and scientists would call it the universe. That's where I'm coming from. and philosophy as well would say wise wisdom, wisdom and wiseness, and whatever you want to call it, let go and let grand orderly design, let God. So let me share this next video, and let's keep going. I can see Kia came up with a message there as well on my personal profile. Good morning, Kia, and Mike up there and the whole family. Wonderful to have you. I think my Uncle Barry's even watching as well, so hi Barry. Let's keep going. Right, there we go.
Here we are back with 6 minutes and the Born Rich concept. This chapter is let go and let God. You've probably heard that 1,000 times. You'll see it as themes at different places. Let go, let God. What does that really mean? Well, we talked about me and money, about feeling comfortable with it, deciding how much you need it. And then yesterday, we talked about you being an image maker. You see, when you build the image and you turn it over to the power within, you were told, don't look here or there, but look within, unto whom all things are possible. You let that image just move into every cell of your being. Go to the God within. Spirit is within you. And Spirit will take whatever you give to it and literally move it into form. This is a phenomenal chapter. It is, without question, one of the greatest things I've ever learned. And you can learn it. If you haven't got it, you can get it. You build a picture in your mind. You're an image maker. You build the image of the person you want to be. And let that image sink into the deep recesses of your mind. You're turning it over to Spirit, and Spirit will literally move it into form. Your exercise today is to be very quiet. Get in touch with the higher side of your personality and see yourself as the person you want to be. Then spend your whole day as that person. And again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. That's letting go and letting God. And you will find that you will transform your whole life by doing that. You try it. Spend 4 or 5 minutes at it right now.
So there we go. I mean, that's important messages, and I've studied so much of this information, and the energy that I've received from Bob over the last 17 years is the energy that I'm going to continue to pass to every single one of you guys. More messages coming in. Just got one from Jason Anker. Thank you, Jason, on WhatsApp. I promise I'll read that when I finish. Wes saying he passed his energy to you, and you continue to pass it forward. Yeah. Yes, Pete. You know. A message from Diana as well. Bob, we'll live on forever. Thank you, Diana. Rest in eternal peace. Absolutely. So look, this is important stuff for every single one of you to be here. It's important for me as well. I've got some great books. Obviously, You Were Born Rich, Bob's book here, because you were born rich. Bob often used to say that. He also often used to say that most people are born rich in this world. They're just a little bit short of money, and that can be the truth, right? So that's not the way to live a wealthy life, obviously. But wealth isn't just about money. Wealth is about how you think and how you feel, and then the energy that you put out into the world. So it's so important that find this book. I think it's out of print now. I remember Gav, morning Gav. I think Gav was looking for this, and he found one that was like about $120 or something in America. I know he managed to find a cheaper one at like $30 or something like that. But yeah, You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. It was one of the first books that I reached out to buy of Bob's many years ago. I just bought this recently, which is Change Your Paradigm and Change Your Life. And the paradigm is absolutely important. Of course, Bob endorsed Life Remixed. His words on the back of the book: Life Remixed wouldn't have been possible without Mark Wilkinson making a critical decision at the lowest point of his life. Let's face it, our results are the culmination of the decisions we make or don't make. For anyone looking for hope, this book offers an abundance of it, and with hope you have options. Thank you, Bob. So I've got one more piece that I want to read to you all this morning, and then we can go and get some breakfast, right? So before I do that, though, Emma's put up a message here. I can't read that, Emma, but I'm going to leave it there for a second. You guys can read that. I'm going to read it myself as well. Thank you, Emma. Right, listen to this. This is the last part of this is Bob Proctor's book. It's not about the money. All right, this is a really important book. It's one of his third or fourth books that I got. It's a really, really, really beautiful piece of work. I've got Rosanna here as well. Is saying, is the book available in South Africa? I think you'll find all of these, Rosanna, on Amazon. But if you need to reach out to me, then please do. In fact, I'm going to put Emma's message back up on the screen there. Just while I read this. Right. So, Bob Proctor, it's not about the money. Okay. It really isn't. Everyone's chasing money. You don't need to chase money. Money comes to you pretty effortlessly when you get in tune with all the spiritual side of yourself and what it is you would like to create. And I know it. I know it because I've done it. I know it because I've done it. It says here, I'll show it to the screen. It says a grateful heart. There you go. You can see that. A grateful heart, right? You've got to have a grateful heart. It says a wealthy mindset is impossible without gratitude. And gratitude is impossible without a wealthy mindset. It doesn't matter what your bank balance is. Just remember that. I don't care if you've got £3.50 in your bank account or you've got £350 million in your bank account. If you don't have a grateful heart, you're not wealthy. Those are my words. Gratitude is linked to your mindset and perception of life. Those who have developed and cultivated a wealthy mindset know that there are stages of gratitude and that it deepens over time. We are taught as children to be grateful, to be polite and say thank you for gifts and gestures. And I was, and thank you. Say thank you, Mark, thank you. I didn't know why. Why? Why do I need to say thank you? I don't know, just said it. But it's not until adulthood that we feel the basic stage of true gratitude. Well, why? Because it's not until you're on your own that you realize the sacrifices that others have made to get you where you are. You realize that they have given you more than you could ever repay in word or deed. And that's when we experience the emotion of true gratitude for the first time. This emotion gives you a feeling of wealth. It is deep and heartfelt, but still in the early stages. You're grateful for what you've received from others. You don't have the deep emotion to be truly grateful for all things yet. I've heard many people say that in order to create wealth, you must be grateful. And this is true. But the gratitude must be deep and emotional to attract the wealth. Lip service provides no energy or vibration for the attraction of wealth. So you have to feel it. Often, I've seen people make lists of things they're thankful for, their business, their possessions, or the people around them. They read their list every day and they express their gratitude. This is a good practice. But it can be ineffective if the list is read with no emotion attached to it. This is especially true if that person is actually feeling complacent or negative about their circumstances. You cannot use lists of things for which you are grateful in an attempt to convince the universe to deliver wealth to your door. You have to become emotionally involved for that to happen. If your gratitude is dependent on your circumstances, it will be temporary at best. Any adverse encounter or event will completely remove it from your thoughts. So think about that. When something goes wrong, you stop being grateful. And then you've lost the vibration. You've lost what you're looking for to attract. Developing a deep and abiding sense of gratitude that is separate from any circumstance or situation is the only way you'll attract true wealth. I first developed this when I was bankrupt and I ended up back in my mum's spare room at age 39. 12 years ago was when I became truly, deeply grateful to my mother for still having a roof over my head when I could have ended up homeless. But it was the moment. It was the moment. It was the turning point that taught me true gratitude, which then allowed me to be this guy. So this type of gratitude is for things like life and creation as a whole. It encompasses everything that you might experience, good or bad. When you have a deep and emotional sense of gratitude, you'll perceive every event as an opportunity for growth. And this will enhance your ability to attract wealth. This type of gratitude is not a temporary activity. It becomes embedded in your subconscious. It's a part of who you are and how you function. If your gratitude is dependent on those things in life that are material and fleeting, like your possessions, your business, your income, even the people around you, you can be grateful for them. You must feel that gratitude, but you can't be emotionally dependent upon them. You can't be grateful upon them. You've got to just be grateful yourself. So if your gratitude is dependent on any of those things, it is material and fleeting, and your mindset won't really change. But when it's centered in the permanent and the ever-present, it becomes a permanent and ever-present part of you. The easiest way to recognize this change is to notice how you express your gratitude. Instead of listing the things you're grateful for, you write one sentence. One sentence, that's it. I am grateful. I am grateful. You're not grateful for anything in particular. You're simply grateful for everything, full stop. To manifest this gratitude this sentence is so important. To manifest this gratitude in your life, you have to practice. To manifest this gratitude in your life, you have to practice. Practice by choosing things that are not dependent on circumstances and say it out loud. I am grateful for the limitless potential that lies within me. Well, I adopted that message 12 years ago, bankrupt. I just said that. I'm grateful for the limitless potential that lies within me. And all people with masculine essences within them and feminine, feminine people, feminine women, feminine men, all have certain levels of masculine essence as well. Our masculine essence is driven to do better than our fathers. We are driven to do better than our fathers. That is one of the things that we are driven to do with anyone, any human being with any kind of masculine essence within them, and we all have it. On February the 26th at the Isha Theatre, I will surpass what my father ever did, because my father never stood on a stage in front of 100 or more people and actually delivered a seminar or anything like that. My dad was in the congregation in the church where he chose to be, but he never stepped up. He never moved further, and I know the reasons why, but he never did. I will surpass that on February the 26th. It's very important. I am grateful for the limitless potential that lies within me. By doing so, you will move that gratitude onto a deeper and more unconditional stage. When you are living the wealthy life that you dream about, this unconditional gratitude is what you experience. By practicing it now, you are attracting the circumstances that will create that life. So I practiced it as a bankrupt, and it's become who I am. And now everything I see, everything I've got around me, all the opportunities that are open, everything that's going on is because I practiced that unconditional gratitude for the limitless potential that lies within me 12 years ago. So putting a few more messages up on the screen. Gav actually just saying, just wow. Manmeet's with us as well. Hi, Manmeet. Big love to you. A great teacher herself as well. Done a lot of study with Dr. John DiMartini, as I have done with Bob. So thank you, Manmeet. Gav says, so grateful for Uncle Bob and his work, his books. Ripples in a pond. It's all good. It's all good. And Wes just says, I'm grateful we met. There you go. So listen, I'm going to end up with this last little bit here because I can't keep going like this for too much longer. I'll be all cried out, which is where we need to get to, by the way. But that whole passage about gratitude, right, just says this bit here. Look, can you see the headline there? It says, your wealth awaits. There you go. Look, your wealth awaits. Okay. And that's the truth. Your wealth does await. Okay. And it is absolutely what you're looking for. All the answers you need are within you. As we go through the stages of life, from childhood to parenthood and career, and then into the third season of life where we look at wisdom, purpose, and legacy, there's always moments of not knowing what the hell is going on and what am I feeling. It's important to understand and appreciate the gratitude for the moment. If you can be grateful for the moment, you will attract what you need. And that's what we've done with the Life Remix community. 55 strong already. There's going to be so many more people at the event, 100 people plus at the event. I can't wait to meet you all in person. Some of you I've met before, but many of you are really, 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 I'm looking forward to meeting for the very first time. Yeah, this was my tribute to Bob Proctor. Yes, Chris, indeed, Uncle Bob. So, listen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Please, 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 all have a wonderful day. We will be able to watch all of this back in due course. It's on the YouTube channel, of course, immediately. Please do share the video to anyone who you think it might be relevant for. I've just given a little overview of a few things that I think will help anybody, start to bounce back. There's so many things. Yeah, Emma, look. I'll show you what Emma said, look. There's the picture. That's the picture that Emma's talking about there. Me, Bob, and Sandy Gallagher. So thank you, Ems, for bringing that to my attention. All good. Listen, I love you and leave you. Go and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I am actually going to watch. I'm going to go and watch Chelsea versus Plymouth this afternoon with my friend Mark Masters and his amazing little 6-year-old boy. So that's a guaranteed home win. So that should get me smiling. But I am smiling. I am happy. I've just got to let out some grief. So thank you for being here with me, all of you, every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got nothing but love for every single one of you. Take care of yourselves, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all very, very much in person very, very soon, when we can start doing live events. And there'll be a lot of live events. There'll be a lot. So big, big love to every single one of you. Have a wonderful Saturday. See you soon.